Come back to SMD Rework Station tutorial.
SMD Rework Station practice. SMD Rework Station practice is nothing but you're going to do any display change, or you're going to do any IC changing, or any capacitor diode changing. And if it is complex to use the micro soldering ions, we can go for this rework stations. So rework station can be used for display removing, IC changing, or any components, right? And it's helpful for you to change the SIM tray, SD card tray, and the USB connectors and battery connectors also. So SMD rework station is having air as well as heat knobs. So you can make use of these two knobs to adjust the value whatever required for doing the operation, right? And this heat we can drag it out from 100 degrees to 350 or 400 degrees. The minimum value 100 degrees can be used for removing the display. If it is a new model phone, which can we open the device from the front end glass and then unscrew and then the motherboard. So for those kinds of mobile phones, smartphones or iPhones, we can keep the degrees in 100. So that is the minimum heat, right? And that too we have to increase it from 80 to 100 for display opening. If it required much, increase it slightly up to 120 or 125, not more than that. This is used for display removal. For any components or for any parts removing, we have to slightly increase more than this 100 for components or parts. 250 and above. So for changing any components. So above 187, the lead starts melt. To remove the components. So while removing the components, the motherboard should never get damaged. How we can see or how we can check the motherboard gets damaged? The motherboard gets damaged if it shows some burning symbol. If it shows some burning symbol in the sense gray color shade or this bulgy symbol, if it shows on the motherboard and the motherboard is gone, you can't repair or you can't reuse the motherboard. So you have to set the corresponding voltage for each and every components. You have to increase it slightly, linearly increase the range from minimum to the required level, and that is the correct procedure for all the components and parts removing. And this air pressure for display and components is different. We can't judge it, we can't suggest it for 0 to 3 or 0 to 5 or 0 to 10, not like that. So we can adjust it accordingly. It should never harm, it should never disturb the neighboring components, neighboring circuits, right? So while we are using this rework station, we can make use of the heat safety tape. So heat safety tape can be used while we are going with the SMD rework station. So heat safety tape can protect the neighboring components out from the circuit areas. Once we apply the heat tape and then start with the rework station, reworking operation, the heat protecting tape will resist the heat towards the components, and the circuit area will also not get disturbed because of that. So that's why while we are using the rework station for removing any components and parts, you have to use the heat safety tape. And for display removing and refixing, there are two components are there. We can use a paste or the double-sided tape. So those tools can be used to fix the display. And for removing the display, digitizer and the touch glass, we can use a glass separator. So for that also you have to initially heat the entire surface, and then with the help of one string, one strengthy string will be there, and using that tool we can cut the digitizer and separate the touch glass out from the digitizer. So that is the procedure for removing. So there are a number of tools are there. You should know the name of the tool and the procedure how to use the tools, right? And all these informations are there in the video. So once it has been over, you can check with the video how we are using the SMD rework station for removing the display components and the mobile parts. Next we'll see the hardware issues and troubleshooting. So not all the hardware issues are initially without any diagnosing, we can't tell. So first we'll see the issues. Audio section, speaker and mic. So this we can easily remove and refix, whether it is a solvent type or plug and play type or any blower surface mounted type, we can easily remove and refix it. So what kind of an issue will occur here? If you drop the mobile phones anywhere, or if it is a water damaged phone, or if you put a overnight charging and due to that the circuit may get faulted, by that time your speaker and mic gets disturbed. So what we'll do? How do we can do the diagnosing? So speaker and mic can simultaneously get into the problem if you are having a problem in your headset jack. If the headset jack is short circuited, your audio section of speaker and mic gets affected simultaneously at the same time. And how do we rectify the speaker and mic issue? We'll have a circuit related with inductor and capacitor. So this inductor and capacitor plays the main role in speaker and mic section, in the audio section. If there is any problem, if speaker is giving some huzzing noise, or speaker is not working, or if the audio is low, or any vibration sound is coming, or low back is there, playback sound is there, all the issues, you have to check the inductor. If there is any noise, you have to check the capacitor. So for amplification you have to check the inductor value, or for filtering if there is any noise issues you have to check the capacitor. So these two plays the main role in audio section, speaker as well as in mic. If you're giving some sound and your another end subscriber, maybe your friend, can't hear your voice, means maybe your mic is having problem. You can check in the self-recorded mode, or you can call to any nearby mobiles and check by yourself whether your mic is having problem or the speaker of your friend's phone is having problem. So by that way you have to step by step check what is the process, where is the problem, and then you have to get into the solution. First diagnose it. Before opening the mobile phones, you have to diagnose the problem, find out where is the issue, and then step into troubleshooting, and then you will find the perfect solution. So here inductor and capacitor. Next, flashlight issue. So flashlight or display backend light may have some issues. By that time what you will do is you have to check the inductor near to the flashlight circuit. So inductor plays the main role there, and if the inductor if maybe in the form of this rectangle piece, or will be in the form of coil. You have to check the inductor coil placed near the flashlight section, and if the inductor coil is having problem, you have to change this, or else you have to check whether the supply is coming to the flashlight or not. You have to check the voltage level for the inductor also, how much voltage it receives to glow the flashlight. Display issue. So display, suddenly it won't get switched off. If you are put it in a over charging mode, or if you drop your mobile phone anywhere, or if the mobile phone is of water damage, the display gets into the problem, right? And by that time what we will do is, before open the device, first we have to check with the customer whether the mobile phone is on water damage or not, whether it is physically damaged by dropping down or put it anywhere from certain distance, or even sometimes the mobile drops out from your vehicle also. So if that is the case, you have to change the display. No need to check the circuit. Or if the phone is hardly physically damaged, you have to check the circuit board before you change the spare parts. Why? Because the phone price, the cost of the phone and the spare parts cost is most probably 1/3 of the cost will be there with the spare parts. So first initially you have to diagnose it, what could be the problem and how will rectify the issues, right? So here first we have to check the physical condition, and second any water damage problem, a third circuit. There are number of displays are there, number of types are there. If it is a soldering type display, you can reheat or resolder and check the display. If it is a plug and play, whether it is plugged out or plug in properly, you can check it. Or if it is a flex type board, you can check it whether any desoldering is there or not. In all these cases, if everything is perfect, we have to check the display. Remove the display and fix it in some other device and check whether the display is working or not, or take another sample of display and connect it with this phone and check whether the display or the board is working or not. By this way, you can segregate the issue of display problem and the circuit board problem. And if there is a circuit board problem, you have to get the circuit blocks in front of you before you get into the circuit diagram. So with the help of the circuits and block diagrams, we can check the flow of circuit from where to where the display connections, the voltage, data flow, audio, and touch sensor, everything is connected and then to the display. So this flow you should be capable enough to handle for all the mobiles, multi-model mobile phones. So this you have to check first and then you can replace and check. Whenever you try to purchase the new display or a new digitizer from your nearby shops or the market, you have to take the mobile phone motherboard, get the similar display or the digitizer, connect it and check whether it is working or not with all the key functions surrounded, and then we'll fix it firmly to the mobile phone, and that is the display issue.
We will continue hardware issues and troubleshooting